Julia is here, and today I'm talking to Avigail. Hey.
Hey.
And we're talking about the way to yourself, how this happened to you. Because I met Avigail in a very funny circumstance. I was introduced to her in her clinic to sell my soaps here. And then I came and I started talking about my soaps and started talking about Avigail, about what is she doing and what's her story. And the story revealed like so amazing. And I was like, I have to share this. So the first question would be, how did this all start? Today you are doing, you are healing people, you're giving amazing massages, and your clinic is in the center of Tel Aviv and it's so prosperous, but you did so many things on the way to this.
Yes, I think it's so many things that lead me to where I am today. So many things, unconnected things, to what I do now, which is the weird things, but it's happened. So you want to know where it starts?
Yeah, please tell me.
Well, I start my way in actually in New York, like in 1991. Actually, I came to study graphic design, art in the art school of FAT, and I graduated there. And I have my studio, and I was working in New York City, and everything was fine and amazing. But then after 13 years, I decided to move back to Israel. I really wanted to bring some ideas and conceptual ideas to Israel and to build my own studio.
What do you mean by conceptual ideas?
Conceptual ideas of marketing, of marketing and graphic design. Which I enjoy very much in New York to do, because over there it's so important, the development process, not only to get into the target, but the process itself. In New York City, at least, it's so important. This is one part that I really enjoy there. I enjoy from the process, like the end result is also very important, but the process.
So it's the process of creating the concept.
Is the process of the conceptual process to really build a brand. But sometimes brand can be even a person, right?
That's true.
Even Donald Trump is a brand.
Oh,
that somebody was thinking, or Hillary Clinton.
Well promoted.
She's promoted. You know, when you see them in the real life, like the way they are, you know, at home, I'm sure they will be completely different than what we see them. So this is also a process of building a brand. People, non-profit organization, product, everything, there is a process behind it.
So you wanted to bring your unique conceptual process to Israel.
Is also to Israel, because in New York I was working on a very nice project for TV and for a big brand, big factories. So I wanted to bring this into Israel, and I was successfully doing this for 5 years until something happened.
What is this something?
Well, first I found out that, and I love Israel. Yes, I love it very much. But in Israel, it's
but
in Israel,
I love it very much. But yeah,
yes, it's true. We Israelis see things differently. The process is not always very important, especially when you do something creative. But people really ask me, do it fast, and I want it now, and I want it cheap. I said, okay, but what about the process? He said, no time for that. So I slowly, step by step, I think, I start losing my passion maybe into what I do. And but maybe something also happened. For example, my mom got very sick.
And you told me in the private conversation that before that, before your mom got sick, you couldn't even touch other people. You didn't even like to deal with that.
Yeah, for me it was really, well, if I looked at myself, what I was before and now, there is, it's still me, but the way I see people are completely different. The way I see life, the way I see my ability for creation, to create my own world, is completely different.
So the most interesting thing is that this transformation, yeah, it happened with the mother's sickness?
It happened with the mother's sickness.
How did you receive it, and what was your inner process on this?
My mom got sick when she was only 61, and she just finished her work after 25 years, and I created for her the branding for her a company. She was a children's psychologist, and she wanted to really transfer her ability and experience now as an independent person. And but when I just finished, so I created for her the website, the business card, you know, or everything that need to for a person to go to the world and
present himself.
And present himself. She just got sick, and I had to take care of her very fast. Like she was unable to stand, to sit. And it was for me it was a very emotionally time, because I still wanted to continue with my own life, but then something here stopping me, and I didn't want it. I didn't want her to stop me. And I was the first year I was kind of mad about this and angry. Why are you doing it for me? Why you are trying? Why you are sick? Why you are sick now? And why now? And you're so young. So that was the first moment that I realize to my own feeling of anger. Why am I presenting this feeling to my mom? And so it was for me, it was interesting for me, but also I didn't know what to do with this, with all these feelings.
But you had the feeling inside that something is wrong about your reaction?
Yes.
Like you observed your own reaction?
Yes.
That was natural, but it felt wrong. So you decided to do something about it.
And yes, well, I didn't have no idea what to do. This is what I felt, and I loved her so much, so deeply, and she was getting very sick, and I had to take her at home. Me and my husband, we had to take her at home and taking care of her. She was, I just said that she was, her symptom was
diabetes.
Diabetes, right. So she was like 25 years. When she was 45, something like that, or 40, they found out first. But she didn't really want to take care so much. And so when she got 61, it was a critical time for her, and the doctor wanted to cut her leg because she has some wounded over there. And but that was, for me, that was the beginning, the process to look what else behind cutting the leg. Maybe there is other ideas what to do with this. So slowly, just because I wanted so much to help my mom to save her life, because she so suffer out of this. I starting by myself, searching on web, try to find doctor that experience with diabetes, wounded, and to really to save her. I just wanted to save her life. That's it. And so that's it. So that was very that was interesting process.
And from this,
from this point of view, well, I couldn't really save her. I think this is my first lesson, is for now as somebody that work with other people. I cannot save people.
Anyone.
I cannot save nobody. I can save only maybe myself.
Maybe. Wow, that's
Maybe.
a strong one. Maybe.
It's I can save nobody, but I can bring the information for other people, for what I learn, for my experience. I can bring the information in front of other people, and hope that they will observe it and want and willing step by steps. Yeah, healing is not that something like that. It's take time, and we start, as you said, it's from observation. We first want to observe ourselves, our life, our feeling. First of all, of our feeling, what we feel.
So you started doing it with yourself, and through the mother's disease?
Yes.
You started basically changing yourself.
I was changing myself without even wanting this. It just
But
happened.
first you say you didn't like the reaction, the natural reaction, yes, this, why you did it to me, even though she did nothing to you. And this is so normal. It's like all of us are doing this, but not all of us realizing that that's what we are doing.
Yeah.
So, and then you discovered the alternative world, right?
I discovered the alternative world, and it was interesting for me to get many feedback from people. Some of them think that this is a good way, some of them think that alternative medical alternative is only another branding and not really something really behind it.
Absolutely.
And so I got so much different feedback from people, and I think through this maybe I think I got into maybe the massage, because it's not the massage, it's the touch, it's the touching.
So what was that moment of
There was a
discovery?
moment with my mom in the hospital. She was so sick and so tired, and I remember I took the brush and I'm brushing her hair, and I look at the brush and it was so much hair. It's like she was really her physical body was so weak. She started losing her hair.
Like the tree and the
And
leaves.
I felt my body like condensed like that, and I had nothing to say. And I remember I was just continue brushing her hair. I felt love.
Wow, what a strong moment.
I just felt love. And that was so much. And I said, wow, I'm doing nothing. But my heart is so in love with her. So and she was, as I said, very sick. She couldn't really speak much. But I had this hope that maybe we will find a way. So I remember one day I came to her to the hospital, and I took her hands like that, and I just started touching her, just touching. And she was just, she closed her eyes, and there was a perfect moment again. No words, just touch. And So I couldn't, I felt this. It was a very powerful moment for me, and I think after she, like 3 months after she died, I decided that I really want to go and learn how to touch people. I didn't know at that time that when I study, when I touch other, I touch myself.
Wow.
I didn't know at that time. I know it now. That every time that I touch somebody, it is a privilege, huge privilege, to touch other people and create a change, maybe hoping to create a change through me in their life, but also I'm touching myself and I'm healing myself. I'm healing all these ideas from childhood, all this conceptual, who I am, how other people, how's life, how's the world. I'm healing myself through touching.
You know, you're telling this to me now, and I'm a little bit shocked, because last week I wrote an article. I had this, like, suddenly, you know, not suddenly, maybe gradually, but I had this realization about touch, that basically we have many different kinds of touch, and then sometimes we touch from possessiveness, yes, and sometimes we touch with love, and some touch. And I was processing this in the mind, and then I realized that touch can be categorized by chakras. So I wrote a big article about this. Maybe it will be also interesting for you.
Sure.
But this realization of how much the touch and the quality of touch is important was like epiphany for me. And now it's super synchronistic, because I just finished contemplating and putting this on paper.
Yes.
So you realize this touch is so deeply precious, and then you went to study it professionally.
Yes, and I wanted to study this professionally, but also know how the body works inside. So to know how the bond and work out with the muscles and work out with all the physics inside. So it's not only spiritual or just healing, but which is over there too. But also I wanted to know about different issues and orthopedic problems, so I can treat, give a suggestion, and really work with many different people who come with many different problems.
I have a question about this inner state, yeah? Because now I see you, and that's the reason why I invited you to talk, because I see that you are on your place. You are doing things that really you discovered from within. But you say before that you've been doing New York and the fashion and the advertisement world, and before that you were also in Japan doing all kind of businesses. How much this thing is really you inside deep? How much is different the feeling inside from what you're doing now rather than doing those other things in the past?
Well, I see myself as somebody very curiosity for life, and also create. I love to create. I love adventures. So in that point of view, what I had before and what I have now, it's very similar. Because before I was working with shapes and form of colors, of graphic design. I created a brand of people or companies. And I think through life I also created my own process, really to get into the center. I think what I had before through these years brought me to who I am now. And I also see that even though I always loved to be around people. It was interesting to hear what they have to say about themselves. I had this also, you know, I remember when I was a child, I always liked to sit with my mom and her girlfriend, her friend, and just listen to them, to this adult talk about life, about different things. I like to listen to, I like to be around people, even though I always told to myself that I need to be careful from people because they might hurt me.
But now you are listening to people and they're bringing their pain to you.
They bring the pain. And you know what? I found out that everybody has pain. Small, big, everybody has pain. And this pain, when that pain is untalked or not treated as well, got into the body, stuck into the body, melted into the muscles, and then we start feeling pain. Then we start having problems, problems with back or some sicknesses. What we do with this?
What we do with this?
What we do with this pain?
And I see our time is already running out, and I haven't asked you my prepared questions, so I'll do it very quick. I know you work a lot, and you're doing a lot of things besides working. So if you would have 1 more hour a day, a free hour a day, what would you do with this?
Well, I have few answers for this. I was just thinking about it. Well, first of all, I really like to give some free time in hospital with people that are very, very sick. Because I want to work with people that really understand what's the point, where is the point when like what is the change, the transformation change in their mind, that they can transfer their life, their body into healing, into cure. I want to work with people that are very, very, very sick. Not just small sick, not just small pain.
Wow.
Because I believe, I really truly believe that even in those point of this moment, people can change their look about themselves and life, and understand and has the inside power and belief that they can really heal themselves by their own hands, with their own mind.
Wow,
I truly believe in this.
That is a strong one. That is a strong one.
So I want to continue search and learning this process of ours as human beings.
Amazing. And what is happiness for you? What makes you happy?
What's make me happy? Wow, so many things. Well, first of all, the ocean is just next to me, 1 block from here.
We are sitting in the Mediterranean Sea,
yes.
Almost on the beach.
So I like in the morning just walking on the beach. I have 7 years old son, his name is Meron, and I see him as the power of my happiness. He is the source.
Wow.
And so I like to be with him, take him to the beach.
Double happiness.
Double happiness, yes. And that's it, I think. I mean, there are so many more, but these are the 2 things.
So, the last word. What is your message to motivate others to really finding the true self and walking steps to themselves?
That we have the power, our inner power is so powerful, and we want as human beings continue learning how to find it, because we have this power,
infinite source
to make it to create new things in our life and to transform our life into what we want.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Wow. So great. And thank you for the moment and being with us. We love you.